Day 2 and Thursday, our theme is forgiveness. Over Lent, we are using a book called The Art of Lent, written by Sister Wendy Beckett, to help us journey to Easter. Each week has a theme, and each day, Monday to Friday, there is a Bible passage, picture of a piece of art, and a short thought by Sister Wendy. Here is today's picture. How might it relate to today's Bible passage and speak to us? The Bible passage today comes from Luke 15, verses 11 to 31. Jesus continued, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, 'Father, give me my share of the estate.' So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had. He set off for a distant country and there squandered his wealth in a wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, 'How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? And here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up and he went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son. He threw his arms around him and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. 'Your brother has come,' he replied, 'and your father has killed the fattened calf, because he has him back safe and sound.' The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I have been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him.' 'My son,' the father said, 'you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.'" Well, the picture is the return of the prodigal son, painted in the 1600s by Rembrandt. Now, if we had nothing, says Sister Wendy, of Jesus' teaching except this one parable, we would still understand his message of love. It is his supreme example of the immensity, almost the folly, of God's love for us. Rembrandt, most tender of painters, is sensitive to every nuance of the prodigal's return. This is the bad son, the willful spendthrift, who cared nothing for the father or his adult responsibilities, while the money lasted. It is only, says Sister Wendy, when he is starving and homeless that he returns home. Rembrandt in this picture shows him in his ragged humiliation. It is not just his father receiving him back with such compassion. It is the Father's eagerness that astonishes us. He is watching out, always for this lost child, abundantly ready to lavish upon him the good clothes, the feasting and cherishing that have been so willfully disregarded. Then there's the older son. Is that him probably on the right? The good, prim, self-righteous son who cannot understand the Father's attitude. Perhaps we cannot understand, says Sister Wendy, it either, but this is what it means to love and to forgive.